Hi, everybody, and welcome to your Monday Marketing Motivation with Miss Tracey from Illustrated Designs. I'm so glad to be here to be interviewing you about your marketing tactical tips. But are you overwhelmed with marketing? We're going to learn from Tracey today. Thanks so much for being here, Tracey.
Thank you, Ashley. I'm looking forward to it.
So pumped. All right, so let's go back to some basics, right? So from a marketing perspective, what should we know about our consumers' behavior?
Well, we all buy products differently for different reasons at different times. Therefore, your marketing messages can adjust based on your specific target audience's reasons for choosing one brand over another. There's actually a lot of psychology behind our purchasing decisions. Some of those are based on need, availability. Others are influenced by price, and even others are based on how they just make you feel.
Yeah.
So you think about some of the purchases that you've made recently. What was your deciding factor? Was it a basic need? Like you were thirsty, so you purchased a Gatorade because it really quenches your thirst. Or are a lot of your friends watching Tiger King, so you subscribe to Netflix just so that you can feel included and on some level like you belong? Or have you even splurged on something so you can kind of feed your ego and show your status? All of those are examples of a consumer behavior called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And to be a savvy marketer, you really need to know what influences your customers to purchase from you, and then focus your messaging appropriately, because sometimes buying decisions just aren't logical. Think about it. Have you ever just purchased something because you had a gut feeling, or that you really like the sales guy, or that the company supports a cause that you also support? It's not necessarily a logical transition to a purchase. So knowing as much as you can about your target audience and their decision factors before creating your messaging will drastically increase the effectiveness of your marketing strategy.
Super interesting. I feel every day something is changing for small businesses. So what trends have you seen in the marketing for small businesses specifically this year?
Yeah. Well, even before social distancing, consumer expectations had started to change. And right now, consumers are pushing most trends. So consumers want to know who they're buying from, and offering that personal human touch in marketing right now is a really big trend. Even with business to business, we're collectively realizing that each of us is a person on each end. It's person to person, regardless if it's a business. It's not an institution that you're buying from any longer. So there's another trend that has been growing for a couple of years, but I think that even now is going to gain a lot more support. And that is support for small businesses, local businesses, and made in the USA. Yeah. And another caveat to that is businesses that are giving back to the community or have some type of environmental consciousness. Another huge trend is beauty and imperfection. I know when I started 25 years ago, every model was young, a size 0. They were blonde hair, blue-eyed, symmetrical features. That used to be the norm. But I'm really happy to say that that's going away. And all models of shapes, different sizes and ages and abilities and skin tones and sexual orientation and gender identity, everyone is being represented. And the biggest reason I love this trend is because we can relate so much more when we see someone that looks like us. Another part of imperfection is candor, especially right now. Be open, be honest, be transparent. We all make mistakes. Sometimes we have cats that are crying in the background, or a child that photobombs your video call. Most of us are altering the way we're working right now in some way, and we used to only want to show our strengths and make sure that everything always looked perfect, but we can relax a little and show our human side. But I want to offer a little bit of caution here. You don't want to necessarily be so flawed that you're begging for business to serve for yourself. It's really more about asking support so that you can stay part of the community.
I love the asking support suggestion, because so often do we have those issues where, people are trying to serve themselves. But, a lot of us we have more time to evaluate our marketing now. So what questions should we be asking ourselves right now about our target audience?
Yeah, well, it's now and always. You really want to market yourself effectively at any time and make the most out of your spend. So you want to be asking yourself, how well do you really know your target audience? Do you know their gender, their age, their income, where they live, their education level? Do you know their pain points and what issues they're looking to resolve? And do you know what your current clients' decision process was to buy your product or service over your competition? And you really want to know how and where they like to gather their information. And then be honest with yourself. Are you addressing their needs with your messaging? Instead of just telling them what you're selling and what you have to offer them, are you offering them solutions and allowing them to see how your products and services will enhance their lives? Because today's consumers don't want to know what you're selling. They want to connect on a deeper level with you, your brand, your products and services, and they need to know how your solutions are going to make them feel when they invest in you. So your content should be taking that in so much more into consideration.
Wow, this entire interview is chock full of information on this Motivation Monday, this Marketing Motivation Monday. But before we go, do you have any additional advice that you can share?
Well, yeah, I would like to give a message from the heart, because small businesses are really the backbone of our society. And in my eyes, you are all essential. But the reality is some small businesses have already decided to close their doors forever. But I'm an eternal optimist, so I'm going to see the good in that. They've made the tough decision that was right for them. But for the rest of us, there will be that many more opportunities for our businesses soon. So I'm going to urge you to stay strong.
Oh, we should absolutely stay strong and we should stay together. But you've got something coming up, right?
Yeah.
What do you got going on? I'm excited to talk about it.
Oh, so tomorrow I'm doing something I've never done before. Tomorrow is Tuesday, May 12th, and at noon, I'm going to be running a 30-minute marketing strategy session for free to small businesses. And during that time, I'm going to share a lot more strategic steps that can help you market your business right now and beyond. But I want to make sure there's only going to be so many questions. I want to make sure I have time to answer so many of your questions. So we're limiting our participants, and we only have a couple spots left. So make sure you register today.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Tracey. Welcome to Monday Marketing Motivation. Make sure that you follow Tracey on all the social media platforms. Come to her event tomorrow, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.